저는 1980년 12월 13일 평양 산원에서 태어났습니다. 위대한 영도자 김정일 동지의 크나큰 배려 속에서 학교를 다니고 소학교, 중학교, 그 다음에 외국어 학원을 거쳐서 평양 외국어 대학
나날이 악화되고 있는 조선반대 정세, 한마디로 미제의 대조선 적대시 정책으로 말미암아 빚어지고 있는 지금의 현실. 결과적으로 내가 군복을 입어야겠다.
The two men who were interviewed are the two sons of Dresnok. They were born in North Korea. After enlisting in the U.S. military, Dresnok escaped from South Korea to North Korea and had two sons there, and he lived for the rest of his life. Today's story is about Dresnok's life in North Korea after defecting and his sons. James Dresnok was born in Norfolk, Virginia. His early life was marked by hardships and family struggles. His parents' marriage faced difficulties, and they eventually divorced in 1951 when he was 10 years old. After the divorce, Dresnok and his younger brother Joseph Jr. faced a tumultuous time with their mother, who struggled financially and engaged in risky behavior, leading them to live a transient and unstable lifestyle. Dresnok, his mother, and his brother wandered from place to place, and both boys missed out on schooling during this challenging period. His father eventually regained custody of the boys and sent them to live with relatives. He went to live with an aunt, while his brother lived with an uncle. However, living with his aunt proved to be challenging for him as she wasn't particularly supportive of raising her brother's child, and he often ran away from home. At some point, his father had remarried, and his new wife was unaware of the existence of his two sons from his previous marriage. His father lied to his new wife, saying that he only has one son. As a result, his wife got angry. When Dresnok's father and stepmother had an argument, his father decided to leave him in a retirement home, telling him they were visiting a relative. Telling Dresnok to wait in the reception area, his father got back into his car and drove away. This abandonment deeply affected him, as he never saw his family again. He found some stability when he was placed in a foster home in Glen Allen, Virginia, under the care of Presbyterian minister. Dresnok felt welcomed in this environment, but despite this support, he dropped out of high school when he turned 17. In search of a better opportunity, he enlisted in the army, believing it was one of the few paths available to him. During a short-term leave, he met Kathleen Ringwood at church, and they got married in Richmond, Virginia. Dresnok's military journey began with a 2-year stint in West Germany. Unfortunately, he faced harsh treatment after a minor infraction, enduring tasks in freezing temperatures. Upon returning to the United States, he discovered that his wife had cheated on him and left him for another man. Following her request, he filed for divorce and re-enlisted in the military, being sent to South Korea. From this point on, his life took an extraordinary turn, which eventually led him to North Korea, where he would live for the rest of his life. Stationed along the Korean demilitarized zone, his life took a downward spiral. Suffering from depression and losing hope for a better future outside the army, he squandered all his earnings on alcohol and prostitutes. His troubles escalated when he faced a court-martial for forging his sergeant's signatures. On August 15, 1962, just before a meeting regarding the court-martial, he made a daring escape, running through a minefield in broad daylight and crossing into Kijongdong in North Korea, where he was captured by North Korean soldiers. In Pyongyang, North Korea, he encountered other U.S. defectors, Larry Allen, Jerry Parrish, and Charles Jenkins. Together, they engaged in propaganda efforts for the North Korean government, appearing on magazine covers and attempting to persuade more soldiers to defect. Although initially seeking asylum at the Soviet embassy in Pyongyang, their efforts failed, and Dresnok eventually settled in North Korea. He became a well-known figure in the country, starring in North Korean films and earning fame. He also translated writings of the first leader in North Korea, Kim Il-sung, into English. There were conflicting accounts of Dresnok's behavior during his time in North Korea. Charles Jenkins accused him of being a bully and betraying their confidences to North Korean authorities, but Dresnok vehemently denied these allegations. He claimed that despite the North Korean famine of the 1990s, he received full food rations due to the special treatment bestowed upon him by the government. He expressed his gratitude for the care he received, even during challenging times when North Korean citizens faced starvation. After defecting to North Korea, Dresnok married twice more. His second wife was Doina Bumbia, a Romanian woman, with whom he had 2 sons. There were conflicting accounts surrounding Doina's situation, with some suggesting she may have been abducted by the North Korean Secret Service. Doina Bumbia, born on January 25, 1950 in Bucharest, Romania, had 2 brothers. Sadly, her father passed away in 1989. In 1970, Doina left Romania and moved to Rome, Italy, where she got married to an Italian citizen. For 2 years, she lived there before pursuing her passion for fine arts and becoming a painter. In 1978, she met an Italian man who claimed to be an art dealer and offered her a job as a gallery curator in Tokyo, Japan, on the condition that she first held an art exhibition in Pyongyang, North Korea. She accepted the offer, but once in North Korea, she found herself trapped and unable to escape. According to Charles Jenkins, an American defector in North Korea, the country had a program to kidnap foreign women, including Doina Bumbia, for a spouse sourcing initiative for American defectors. This program aimed to prevent the birth of ethnically mixed Koreans. Additionally, they sought ethnically non-Korean agents for the country. Consequently, Doina was forcibly married to Dresnok in the early 1980s. They had 2 children together, Ted, born in 1980, and James, born in February 1983. 2 children became soldiers in the North Korean army. Doina passed away in January 1997 in Pyongyang due to lung cancer, isolated from the outside world. Following Doina's death, her brother founded the Doina Bumbia Association, a Romanian NGO dedicated to missing persons and search and rescue operations. Her brother also made efforts to reach out to his nephews, Ted and James, but without success. Following Bumbia's death, Dresnok married his 3rd wife, referred to as Dada. She was the daughter of a North Korean woman and a Togolese diplomat, and they had a son named Tony in 2001. The family lived in a small apartment in Pyongyang, provided by the North Korean government along with a monthly stipend. Dresnok's health deteriorated due to heart and liver issues, which he attributed to excessive smoking and drinking. His younger son, James, pursued studies at the Pyongyang University of Foreign Studies, where his father taught English in the 1980s. Dresnok considered James as a Korean and spoke English with a Korean accent. Ted and James got married and had children of their own in North Korea. Ted works in a North Korean military institution, and James joined the military and became a captain. One media released an interview with Ted and James, in which they identified themselves as North Koreans and expressed gratitude for being born in North Korea. They also stated that they considered the United States their enemy, and declared their willingness to fight for Kim Jong-un, who is the supreme leader of North Korea. Additionally, they boldly asserted that they would retaliate against the U.S. if it ever initiated a preemptive strike against North Korea. Like their father, Ted and James appeared as antagonist American soldiers in North Korean films. Dresnok expressed his commitment to living the rest of his life in North Korea, rejecting any temptations to return to the West, no matter the amount of money offered. After retiring, he occasionally gave lectures and enjoyed fishing as pastime activities in North Korea. Although Dresnok and his sons lived their entire lives under strict surveillance, they have been protected to a certain extent because they are such a great propaganda asset. In April 2017, NK News reported the passing of Dresnok the previous year. It was later confirmed in August 2017 by Dresnok's sons that he had died from a stroke in November 2016. The sons released a statement, revealing that their father had urged them to stay loyal to Kim Jong-un.